bus and then on the plane. Going along the runway, getting ready to take off. And off we go. Now in our hotel room for the next 2 nights, and then we'll be boarding the ship in a couple of days. But it is now 5:45 AM UK time and we are both shattered. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hotel where we stayed and a lovely sunrise. Quick breakfast at the hotel before we headed off to Walmart. These shops are just so huge. We called into Macy's, but we didn't go into Dick's. Dinner was a chicken bourbon skillet, my favourite. Breakfast the next morning I just had a bagel. Morning of the cruise, we're up, showered, had breakfast, and now we're going to head to Manhattan to catch the ship. Part of the trip in the car, underneath a random bridge, some tall buildings, a random tree with a little bush, some more tall buildings, traffic and a yellow taxi cab. And here we are at the port, and this is our home for the next 12 days. The view from deck 11 on the ship, and this is Manhattan Port. And just there you can see Concorde has landed. It wasn't as cold as we expected it to be, it was quite pleasant, and there was a lovely sunset. There we have the Statue of Liberty on the left hand side, and then we are passing her with that lovely sunset behind us. Boat going alongside the ship, and then we went underneath this bridge.
Just passing the Barbados Bridge right now. Just left. Oh yeah. Go out. I'm gonna look.
See through the restaurant window. So I had steak and eggs, bacon, sausage, chips and brunch potatoes. Then I had mashed potatoes, spinach, a meatball, mac and cheese and seafood creole. Beautiful blue skies and blue sea. This is day 2 at sea, so it's 3 days since we left New York or Manhattan, in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. We've got another day at sea tomorrow before we get to St Thomas. But I've just come back up to our cabin and I just want to show you what Harley, our steward, has done for us. He's made an elephant from the towels. How cool is that? More food, I've got a veal steak, some turkey, some beef, some pasta and a few chips as well. We had a posh dinner of Stilton and broccoli soup, and then we had a steak with potatoes and broccoli. We've come back to our cabin today and Harley has made us a rabbit and put it on the light. Bless him. There's always plenty to do on the ship while you're at sea, and this was an 80s themed night.
That's the whole dance that's here. Mom, I know what that means. We gotta do it. 1 more time.
Breakfast is some ham, eggs Benedict, some scrambled eggs, sausage, toast and cream cheese. And today Harley has made us, I'm not sure if it's a duck or a platypus, but either way, it's really good. Our first port of call was St Thomas, and this is the view from the ship. Carol and myself stuck around the port today. The girls did go off to the beaches. That's our ship. And here we are a little bit closer to it. We had a lovely refreshing drink, and then I just had to show you this rum, as it did make me giggle. For lunch on the ship I had burger, lasagna, mac and cheese and chips with some soup, and Carol had ribs with turkey, potatoes and green beans. And just to show you the length of the corridors where the cabins are, I'm stood outside my cabin, but that's left and right, or right and left. Dinner was a piece of steak, a piece of lamb, barbecued chicken and green beans. The second port we went to was Dominica. It really was a beautiful island. We did take a tour around the island, and here we have two waterfalls just coming out the side of the mountain. This is a bus wrapped around a tree caused by Hurricane Maria back in 1979, but they've kept it there just as a memory. Everywhere is just so green, it really is lovely, and it's green all year round. And this is where there used to be, back in the day, an old fortress. Heading back to the ship, these are some of the little stalls that were there, and we came across a carnival. And off we go, heading towards Barbados. And today Harley has made us a sheep. The next port we went to was Barbados, and I absolutely fell in love with this place, and I would certainly go back there again. There were 3 ships in that day, ours included, but these other 2 as well. Oh, and here's Carol. That proves that she was actually with me on this trip. The beaches here are absolutely stunning, as you can see. And whilst we were here, 3 of us did go swimming with the turtles. There is footage, but Mel has that with her, and she's in Vegas for the next week, so I'm going to have to wait a week for her to come home just to see if her footage of underwater came out. But you can see how clear the water is. Time to get back on the boat, but there are the 3 cruise boats that were in port that day.
Get up and go when you want to. Yeah, the lifestyle definitely is.
I went for a healthy option and had some salad. Followed by beef, strip loin beef, some linguine, some roasted vegetables and a little bit of their mashed potato. Followed by a selection of desserts.